Hi everyone, today I'm going to read one of my favourite stories. It's called Secret Seahorse and it's my favourite because I love how the pictures are made. Have a careful look and see if you can guess how they were made. Maybe you can make some like it too. Secret Seahorse. I saw a secret seahorse deep down in the sea. I tried to swim beside him. He was too quick for me. He swam past reefs of coral with colours flower bright. He swam past flickering fishes, then disappeared from sight. I asked the octopuses where he may have gone. They just shrugged and shook their legs. I stealthily swam on. I came across a mermaid as she combed her hair. I found an ancient shipwreck, but couldn't find him there. At last, I found a secret cave. It looked so dark and dim. I stayed outside and shivered. I did not dare go in. Then in the cave, I saw a glint. And guess who greeted me? Wow, not just one secret seahorse, a whole seahorse family. The book also tells us some really interesting information about the animals that live on coral reefs. It says coral reefs are wonderful underwater worlds all of their own. The reefs are millions of years old and grow very, very slowly. 5 centimetres of coral takes nearly 200 years to grow. Thousands of colourful fish and plants live in coral reefs. Although coral looks just like rock, it is really a great colony of living creatures which feed on tiny animals floating in the sea called zooplankton. That's a good word. The largest coral reef is the Great Barrier Reef in Australia. Coral can only survive in salt water that is clear, warm and clean with lots of sunlight. In many parts of the world, the coral has been killed because the sea in which it lives has been poisoned with all kinds of pollution like chemicals, sewage and fertilisers. When a coral reef dies, all the fish that live in it have nowhere to live and they too disappear. Now we're going to look at some of the creatures that live in coral reefs. Wow. Here's an anemone. I love that word, anemone. Anemones look like pretty flowers. They catch their food using the poisonous stingers and tentacles. An angelfish. Angelfish have flat bodies which help them squeeze through tight spaces to escape from fish that want to eat them. A clownfish. I bet you've all seen him. He looks like Nemo. Clownfish always live near anemones and help the anemones keep their tentacles clean. This one's called a barracuda. Barracuda are called tigers of the sea because they are fierce hunters with razor-sharp teeth. You can see him down here. This is a crab. Crabs have 5 pairs of legs with a big claw on the front ones. They can move in any direction, but they usually move sideways. A giant clam. Giant clams live in the South Pacific and Indian Oceans. The largest one was bigger than 1 metre long and weighed more than 200 kilograms. Wow, that's super heavy. We couldn't lift one of those. Hermit crabs. Hermit crabs live in shells to protect themselves or their soft bodies. When they grow too big for one shell, they find a bigger one to move into. A jellyfish. Most jellyfish catch their food with their stinging tentacles. Many jellyfish can give humans painful stings. A lobster. As well as scuttling, lobsters can swim backwards by making big scooping motions with their body and tail. Most lobsters are a dark greenish colour, but some are blue. A lionfish. Lionfish are quite lazy and often just float around, waiting for their dinner to swim up to them. They use their long, sharp spines to catch their dinner. Octopus. When they sense danger, octopuses hide in rocky crevices or shoot out dark ink that clouds the water and gives them time to escape. Octopuses are very clever. A parrotfish. Parrotfish have powerful, cutting beaks. They are very popular in Hawaii, and at one time only the royal family were allowed to touch them. Oysters. Oysters live in shallow beds in warm waters. The great pearl oyster, which makes the best pearls, lives in warm tropical seas. A sea slug. Many people think sea slugs are the most beautiful of all sea creatures, as they come in lots of different colours and patterns. Maybe you could look at some sea slugs and see what colours and patterns you can find. A sea turtle, Mrs. Baker's favourite. Sea turtles live a long time. They swim enormous distances to lay hundreds of eggs on special beaches. A prickly sea urchin. Sea urchins are covered in tough spines. The spines protect them and are also used to dig burrows. I bet you know who this one is. A shark. Sharks are even older than dinosaurs. They are found in seas all over the world and can be dangerous to humans, but not always. A stingray. Stingrays whip their long tails to hurt their enemies. Their tails are covered in poisonous spines which can kill humans. Starfish or sea stars. Starfish have an eye spot at the very end of each arm. They use these to see light and movement. Look at this one, a swordfish. The swordfish's sword is actually just an extension of its upper jaw. It uses it to skewer fish to eat. And the secret of seahorses. Seahorses are small fish with armoured plates all over their body. They move slowly by fanning their delicate fins. They live in seaweed beds in warm water, hiding from the big fish. Some are very small and only an inch high, while others are a foot high. Seahorses can move each of their eyes in different directions, making it easy for them to spot food wherever it is. They suck up food through their snouts, like sucking through a straw. Seahorses are the only fish with tails that can hold on to things. They use their tails to cling on to seagrass, coral, or each other. Lady seahorses produce eggs, but it is the man who keeps them in a pouch in his body until they hatch after 40 or 50 days. They can have up to 400 babies at one time. Male seahorses are the only males in the world who look after their babies. Wow, they're such special creatures. I love lots of the creatures in this book. I hope we can look at it more when we're all back in nursery. But I wonder if you'd like to make a lovely coral reef picture to show to us all with some of the beautiful animals in our book. These have been made with felt and ribbon and sparkly sequins. And they look beautiful. I wonder which animal in this book would be your favourite. See you all soon. Bye.